Good morning, Facebook family and YouTube subscribers. Today is Monday. It is August 25th, 2014. I spent the weekend having some really intense conversations with quite a few people from YouTube and Facebook. And there were a couple of posts that caught my eyes. And I'm beginning to see that a lot of African Americans seem to be stuck in a place mentally where they have this thing called structural institutionalized systematic racism. And they actually feel that this exists, and it may. I don't doubt that it doesn't exist. But they also feel that we cannot move forward and get past structural institutionalized racism. The systematic institutionalized racism that is in place, they feel many African Americans feel as if it is a brick wall that we cannot climb over, go around, tear down. It is there. There's nothing we can do. It is keeping African Americans from moving forward. Now, this is where I differ. I'm a 44-year-old African American man. I've never, not yet, been able to achieve any goal I wanted to achieve. I've not had a brick wall put in front of my life saying that you cannot do X, Y, Z because you are African American. You cannot achieve it and will not achieve it. If you put up a brick wall in front of your life and say, no matter what I do, I cannot get past this situation, you'll never move forward. As I sat reading these posts and trying to understand, it's becoming clear to me that many African Americans feel they can't do anything about their situation, that they cannot move forward because of racism, and it's stopping them dead in their tracks. They feel they can't open a business, they can't get an education, they can't do whatever they strive to do. I can imagine going through life, putting a brick wall in front of me saying, I can't move past this because I am an African American, because I am gay. I'm not going to do it. I know so many African Americans who own restaurants, gyms, stores, malls, buildings, commercial, real estate. How is it that they're able to move forward and get bank loans? Because they say, I've saw this several times, banks aren't loaning money to black people. Really? I know quite a few African Americans who have taken out business loans, SBA, small business loans, or even large business loans, and did all kinds of stuff. If we sit back and put a brick wall in front of our lives, we will never achieve anything. This is scary to me. And this also explains why so many African Americans are kind of stuck, because they've put this imaginary brick wall up and said there's no sense trying to climb it because we can't get past it, we can't go around it, we can't tear it down, it's here to stay. And that's why in Ferguson, Missouri, those African Americans did not get up off their butts to go vote and run for office and take control of their community because they saw a brick wall. They didn't think they can get past it. No sense to us voting. Nobody's going to, why vote? I've heard so many people say this. Why vote? I'm thinking, get up off your behind and go vote every election. I do it. I get up and I go vote every single election. Even if I don't even haven't had the opportunity to see who's voting, who's running for what office, I at least go down there to vote. 90% of the time I've paid attention to the news and the politics so I know what's going on, but sometimes I don't know what's going on exactly. But I still go and vote. They didn't vote in Ferguson, Missouri. They didn't run for office in Ferguson, Missouri. They didn't even try. They might have tried, but they didn't. How could a city that's 70% African American still have a white mayor? They don't like them, and they don't like him. Does that make sense? As the more and more I sit on Facebook and YouTube and I talk to people, I say it just becomes clear to me. We're putting up too many, and these are educated, smart people, doctors, lawyers. I mean, how could you be a doctor? That's what, it says Dr. Boyce Watkins. How can you be a doctor or a lawyer or an educated person and you still feel that racism is stopping you, an educated person, from moving forward? That has left you dead in your tracks. That blacks cannot move forward. And see, that presents another issue. Because these people believe in structural, systematic, institutionalized racism, they don't see African Americans as having any control of their lives. So therefore, African Americans are not responsible for all the bad, negative stuff that's happening in the black community. We're not responsible for anything that's happening in our community because the white folks control it. We, African Americans, are not responsible for anything taking place in the African American community because white Americans control it. We have no control because of systematic, institutionalized racism. I've heard that 1,000 times. See, that excuses us for the bullshit that's going on in our community. That takes us out the equation. You're not responsible for the things that you do. The white folks is making us do it. It's frustrating. I had a headache over the weekend just dealing with this stuff. I had to literally log off my computer and get out of the house and say, okay, something's wrong here with us. We're not responsible for anything happening in black America because white folks are in control of our lives. That's what they said over and over again. I heard it 1,000 times. We are not, African Americans are not responsible for anything that's taking place in our communities because of structural, institutionalized racism, and white folks are in control. Well, I don't agree with that. I believe we are in control of our communities. But I believe that we do have to get up off our behinds and become actively involved and do things like they didn't do in Ferguson, Missouri, run for political office, get out and vote. In the last election, only 6% of registered black African American voters showed up to vote in Ferguson, Missouri. The same way we show up and get in line for Air Jordans, we got to go up and start. We've got to look the same way we get in line for iPhones and Air Jordans, we need the same thing for political office. When it comes to election day, we need to be in line too. How can we expect change to come if we're sitting up at home? But we've put this brick wall up and we don't know how to climb it. We put this imaginary brick wall up in front of around our lives and we can't get over it. Can't go around it, can't tear it down. And I think until we wake up and realize that brick wall doesn't exist, and even if it is there, we can tear it down. Until we wake up and realize the strength and power that the African American community has, we'll never move forward. Anyway, I'm out of here. It's been a long weekend. I'm going to go to the gym and run a bunch of errands, go by the bank, go to the grocery store, go by the dry cleaner. I need a personal assistant. So much I have to do. Anyway, if you like my videos, please click like. I look forward to reading your comments. Tell me what you think about the structural, institutionalized, systematic racism. Bunch of nonsense. Anyway, I'm sure it probably does exist, but that should not stop us from going forward. It shouldn't stop you. It should not. It should not. If it's there, we need to tear it down and we need to get rid of it. And only people are going to make that change to us. We have to be the ones to go out there and resolve these issues. Sitting at home is not going to resolve it. Not getting actively involved, not voting, not running for political office. I can go on and on and on. Anyway, if you like my videos, please click like, share them with family members and friends. And Lord, I just pray for a day in which our people's minds can be set free. That's all I got to say. I'm out of here. Have a great Monday.